to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, D. It's just me.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
At the 30-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Check the hot read. Check 24. Check nickel.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 51 yards on the ground.
That's another Raiders first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
180. We're good. 185.
Here's Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Todd Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at the 20.
Regular.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Alert 3. Switch it. Come here, switch it. He's coming. Double up.
From the 27, Flacco. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Broncos.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Watch safety. Safety's creeping. Check.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Just like that. Just like that. Check 4. Check 4. Hatch it. Hatch it.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
He's checking crap. Spawn.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Flacco. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
93.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's the Raiders punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Flacco. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Passing play, Flacco. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is Harris. Called that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47. Ain't no such thing as express.
To throw, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
29. 29. Hey, orbit.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr got him in. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 48.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Carr now to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
93. Hey, Haywood. 36. Here we go. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch the pass. 694.
Shotgun now for Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down and less than a yard.
And John Gruden has made the call. His guys are going for it.
Back and go full strength. Easy. Kill. Hey, box drop. 36. Line 36. Let's go, baby. Need turnover. Get that ball. You're mine. 36.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Able to find Walter. That's complete. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
At the 47-yard line.
Carr now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Carr gives to Richard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Flacco, screen pass to Lindsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
637. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing now is Carr. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let him know. Let's go, hurry up.
Flacco. He'll find Lindsay here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsay. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Exit. Gun. Motion. Roger, 5-0. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Bandit. Go.
Another run by Lindsay. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Our time. It's our time. Later one. Wide. Get wide. Run that down. Hey, Delta. Shit. Greystone, travel. 25. Check 25.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Monday, down. New 80. Box 47. Raider 2. Rack. Check 9. Raider 1. Hey, exit. Check Mike 47. Here we go. 808. Here I come again. Slam. Easy. Kill. Big Ed. X3. 218. Chopper. 618. Hey. High 7. That's up.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. The tackle made by Todd Davis.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
80 weapon. Crunch. Watch the twist.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Check, 47. Keep it up,
Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Hey, Echo. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 93. Get down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Towards the end zone for Brown. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, 40 yards. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The 22-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Monday.
Flacco looks to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Here we go.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
29. White Monday down. Small. Watch it. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Yo.
Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
47's the mic. Danny. Hey, 734. Mike's 47. Hey, Alpha. 47.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The end result, 21 yards. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
93. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. I got you.
Back to throw, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Number West. 694. 5. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Flacco. desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.